Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my midlife crisis. If you're new to the channel, I'm Craig, and this is my 2015 McLaren 650S Spider that started life like this, and now is turned into my dream supercar that looks like this. If you've been following along with the McLaren 650S series, you will remember when I threw away my old diffuser. It was cracked, scraped to hell, barely hanging on the back end. Well, in this video, we take care of that. We wrap up the back end and finally cover that transmission. We're going to install a brand new carbon fiber RZ style rear diffuser. Now, I have been waiting over 2 months. I ordered my rear carbon fiber diffuser from eBay back in October, hoping to get it before the San Antonio Auto and Truck Show. And as you can see from this eBay messaging going back and forth between me and the seller, he gave me the wrong tracking multiple times, and I just couldn't get a straight answer from him. It has been quite the cluster, if you know what I mean. If you have not seen the reveal video from the San Antonio Auto and Truck Show of my McLaren 650S, I highly recommend it. I'm gonna put a link down in the video description below so that you can go check out that video. It was quite embarrassing not having the diffuser there for the show. I had my transmission hanging out the back. We made the best of it. It was a great show, but obviously we had a few things to button up to include the diffuser install. So in the next clip, we're gonna take you through everything that it takes to install a new carbon fiber diffuser on the back of a McLaren 650S. Brian is adding, let's just say he's putting his own spin, his enhancement on my GT3 FIA approved rain light. And as you guys saw in the last video, it synchronizes with the brake lights, but what's the one thing, Brian, that a rain light is supposed to do?
It's supposed to flash. So we're hoping that plugging this in allows it to flash.
Well, before we do that, so this little adapter here, I had one of our close friends. He said, I recommend you use this one. This is from a Subaru WRX. So nothing like putting Subi parts on your McLaren. So Brian's going to create an adapter and make it so that it has a quick disconnect as well. So when we go on and off with the bumper, we can much easier. All right, Brian, it's on you now.
All right, 2 males plus 1 female.
All right, this is health class 101. Male and female connectors go together. Well, first of all, this connector is way too easy to take apart as compared to any other
ones.
Yes, as any other McLaren connector. So
we should make it harder to.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to test it first before we put that connector on.
Should just wrap them real quick,
That's
right?
what I was gonna do. Yep. And let's see what we got. Still no rain light.
Okay.
Still no rain light.
You got them wired backwards?
Now let's try. I am ready.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
In the brake.
Bingo, flashes.
It does?
Yep, do it again. Bingo. You have a quick connect. That way next time somebody pulls the bumper, boom, super easy for them.
Super easy. All right, Brian's gonna go wake up the car and put it in aux mode. So hit the start button without hitting the brake. Till you see the tack go all the way over one more time. There you go. All right, go ahead and do it. That's a blinker, dude. I'm not stupid. I'm stupid. Oh, that looks good. Do it one more time. Do it one more time. Not the freaking blinker. Oh, dude.
Does it flash at the same speed as the blinker?
Go ahead, do it again. No, it's faster.
Oh.
But there's 7 LEDs out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, just little diodes out. What? Can you fix that?
No.
I'm just messing with you. It looks good, dude. It looks really good.
So it just flashes real quick and then it.
Then it stays solid.
Solid, yep.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem as bright as it was before. Is that just me?
I think wonder if it suppresses a little bit or something. Maybe it's because we're in a really bright room. I don't know. But regardless, I like it a lot better. I'm super happy with it. It looks absolutely kick-ass. I absolutely love it. So, all right, Brian, thank you for that small but meaningful enhancement to the back of the McLaren 650S. All right, so we are now going to start on what we were supposed to start on at the beginning of this video, which is the new carbon fiber diffuser straight from the boys over in communist China. It is glossy. It is carbon. The weave looks good. Those have to go on. We've got the original reverse light, kind of dirty. I got a brand new secondhand mesh thing for where the camera gets held because we've got that kind of just sitting around. And then these are really dirty. You know what these are?
Those are for your brake ducts, I believe.
These are strakes, they're called. It's a very technical term that I learned on my Porsche GT4. And they put cooling into your brake ducts. So we're gonna put those back on. There are pre-drilled holes for a lot of these things, but just like with any aftermarket part, there's gonna be a little bit of fabrication and drilling. So
except up there we didn't have it.
No, we didn't have any on that. So for those that, we did this off camera, this is a modification. So this is a, put that down, nobody can see what it is. This is a carbon fiber window cowl for the windshield wiper. That was a pain in his derriere to put in. So,
but it did not require any modification. It was a pain.
No, it did require modification. It did not have the built-in ducts.
True, underneath on the bottom.
Underneath under bottom, we had to cut off with his Dremel the ducts for the drainage, so that when the water fills up in the top, it will actually go down. So, but I think it looks super good. It actually makes it look like the carbon tub extends all the way down into the actual engine bay, which I think is super cool down here. So, you know me, now I can actually put the trunk together. So I'm excited about that. But enough about the front and the frunk. We've got a back end problem here that needs to get ironed out. For the last 4 months, from when, if you check out the clip in this last video, if you've been following the McLaren 650S series, you saw when I basically threw away my Aero Republic carbon fiber diffuser from when I originally purchased this. It was cracked, it was scraped, it was straight up trash. And my transmission has been hanging out the back end with the reverse camera and the backup light zip tied up to that for over 3 months. And so we went to the San Antonio Auto Show. A little bit embarrassing. We had the back end of the McLaren 650S just kind of sitting out there. Nobody really noticed. We didn't have it pointing towards the crowd, but it is time to get this thing buttoned up, finished up, so I can take it home. We've been at the vault now. We came back from the auto show. We've been just buttoning up little things, PPF, letting the paint off gas. We had that front cowl that we needed to do. And so this is one of the last things that we got to do. So let's jump into it. And Brian's gonna take us through the modifications to get this aftermarket diffuser on the McLaren 650S. We're gonna get the McLaren 650S up in the air so that we are not breaking our backs. All right, we're gonna test fit this, get this underneath and see how badly we're going to have to modify it. All right.
And I show about,
looks pretty good. I mean, looks pretty right. This is how we test fit. So what I would recommend, and this is what I did when I took it off, Brian.
Yep.
Is we drill the front holes first.
Right here?
Yeah.
1, 2, or up there.
Well, you can either do either. Probably the middle ones, that way it holds it up.
Yep.
And those are probably the easiest to...
Yep, I can see right there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
And it just holds it up, puts it in place so that we can figure out where the other ones need to be drilled out.
Yep, that's a good plan.
Alrighty. Just so we know where to drill our holes, we're basically reversing our bolts into our mount points. Gonna put a little bit of paint on the end, and that way it'll give us direction as to where to drill the holes on the diffuser. So
even though the diffuser has those pre-indentation spots, I wouldn't trust.
We don't trust them. Trust but verify here. So we're just getting those in, gonna get the paint on and see if we can get those holes drilled.
Vehicle.
Torch red C8 Corvette.
Bingo.
There's only been a little couple hundred of those coming through your place.
Right.
Either that or this is your favorite fingernail polish.
No, if it was purple.
We're gonna put a little bit of red and hopefully we press it in all the right spots.
That's what we're hoping for.
Why can't they just make this work the first time?
Why couldn't they just pre-drill this for you?
Yeah, because it's from a mold and the mold shifts and every car is different.
I hear excuses.
Should be installed by a professional body shop.
Again, another excuse. All right.
I'm full of them. All right, let's
there.
press it up. I'm drilling some test holes.
Probably need to go a little bit thicker, but I think the screw will at least fit through there.
Okay.
Good.
All right, let's give it a shot. And we've got these bolts. I know they're not the right color. We will get them the right color, but dude, that's
It only took one hole. We didn't have to wallow anything.
I mean,
out.
we got the 4 back. You got some red torch red. That's
Yep. Ferrari red.
Ferrari red. Yeah, that's what it is. And then we got these 2 in. So now we just need to match up the rest. And we better do that while we have it on here before we take it off again. What do you think?
I think so, because we're still going to take it off even when we put these suspenders on. So we'll go through and drill everything.
Yep.
Make sure we're happy with everything. Then we move on to
camera, light,
vents, and
all that stuff. But that actually,
so good.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
We are drilling. We've already got this side done, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're starting at this end right here. Craig has a vacuum going. I have the drill going. That way we're not taking a bath in carbon fiber shreds.
Now up here, like we have the bolts in here, so we're drilling the holes first just to get everything done, but we're gonna have to trim out.
Yep, there's gonna be a 1-inch hole there.
Yep.
You can see right there where their mold is a little bit off, so we'll take a Dremel, we'll shave that out a little bit. That way that allows it to sit flush.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that for 3 bolts on that side and then
1, 2, 3 on that side.
Yep. All right, let's get those all drilled in. We've got these OEM strakes that are going to go on the bottom, and it has pre-drilled holes. They look pretty good.
Pretty good.
So we're gonna go drill those through.
All right, so we're gonna drill the first one.
Okay.
And we're using the pre-drilled or pre-marked holes that are already there.
And we're going at very low speed so the carbon does not come back up on us.
And crack.
Basically put one through to hold it.
Yep, put one through and then work our way back.
Got a 8mm bolt.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We'll skip one there. We'll move here. That way it holds it into that shape.
Holds it into the curve. You guys will notice these are all of Brian's little Sharpie marks for where we need to modify so that we can get it basically flush on the bottom side. We ran into a little issue. Brian, before we get to the vent, show them the light.
Light. Dun, dun, dun.
All right, so this is the backup light. It has screws on the bottom side, and there's nothing to screw them into except the bottom of the diffuser, which we don't want to drill a hole. And we've got just a little bit of daylight. Yeah, we won't. That'd be the stupidest place to drill, but we've got a little bit of daylight, so we're probably gonna have to.
We're gonna epoxy some tabs and make it so that it can attach in there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put some epoxy in there and make it stay in there. Now, show us what we have to do with this OEM vent. We're gonna paint this vent because it's a little bit tired in the sun.
So is it gonna fit?
Yes.
Dun dun dun, drum roll. So this is not from a 650, it is from a MP412C.
Correct. How'd you know that?
I saw the part number on it.
Oh.
No, you told me.
Well, it has the part where there should be a camera, but there's not a camera.
So there you go right there, fits perfect. We'll just clip these in there. We'll have to drill the camera out to the size that we need.
Yeah, the camera part, so right here, you'll notice there's like, well, you know what? Let me show you that. So that hole is the right size, but we got to worry about how the camera's going to screw in. Oh, that's right. There's 2 right there. I didn't even see that. Oh, thank goodness you're so smart.
That's why I get paid the big bucks. So we will drill that out to the same diameter as the camera.
Well, remember, that's kind of oval.
It is, but we will still drill it to the same size as the camera. Then we'll spray paint everything, clean it up, and make it look like a brand new piece.
Yeah. But it's nice that at least fits. I'm kind of disappointed in the light, but
Not disappointed. I think we can make some tabs that we can easily attach it, and strakes are on. I don't know if you.
Well, no, we still got the fins.
Yep, we'll do the fins next.
And those are already pre-drilled, thank goodness, even though they're self-tapping screws. We do need to put double-sided tape on them as well.
Yep. I don't trust the screws, so
no.
Especially 60 miles an hour. That's
not good.
No, not good.
All right, so we're gonna put on the rear fins now. These were pre-drilled. They might have some parts inside of them. But they are, we're gonna do, use the self-tapping screws, and we're gonna put some 3M VHB tape on just for safety sake. You're gonna actually put the screws through the VHB. Oh, okay.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Creates like a little bubble. Yep. All right, so that is the, what is that, the outer one?
That would be the outer one. So we will start from the inside. Again, no power tools. We don't trust power tools with carbon fiber.
All right. Got everything lined up?
Got everything lined up. Double sticky tape is sticking where we don't want it to. So
that's a very sticky tape. I believe it has the right longitude. Is that latitude? I don't know. All right, got one side down. Now we're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. When we get back, we will have a complete diffuser, sorta, kinda, without the light and the grill. But those are coming. We're getting there, I promise. All right, we've got the fins on the back of the diffuser along with all of our fingerprints. We'll obviously clean it, get all that ceramic coated and cleaned up. But actually looks pretty good. They are very, very sturdy. They're not, I mean, as sturdy as self-tapping screws and VHB tape is, but actually looks pretty good. Happy with that result. Got the strakes on, got all of the holes cut out. We're gonna trim those up, make those look a little bit nicer, but everywhere that's gonna make it actually go flat on the bottom of the car, so. On the next step with the reverse light. Damn, that's pretty good, dude. There's not even a gap on either side. It's like perfect. That's weird. How did you get perfect the first time? There's not even a gap on either side. How is that possible? So this is a special panel bond, you said?
This is 3M panel bond adhesive that they use to build cars.
They build the cars?
Yeah. So we said that we were going to build tabs on this, but instead we are going to epoxy it.
We're just going to glue the shit out of it.
Not the shit, but let's just say you don't need to take it back off.
Yeah.
All right, Craig, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
There is no gap.
That's what I'm talking about. See what I'm saying?
There is no gap on either side.
Yeah, you do have it the right way. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I would say don't touch it, don't look at it, don't think about it.
Don't sneeze.
Don't sneeze, don't fart, don't do anything.
All right, we're gonna let that sit overnight, and when we come back tomorrow, this diffuser is going on.
It's going on and not coming back off.
Are you sure?
No.
It's at least not coming back off while
Today.
it's in your shop.
Correct, it's not coming off while it's in my shop.
Next week when I have this on jack stands for whatever else I decide to do, it'll probably be off. But it's gonna look good for a little bit.
It is, absolutely.
All right, well, let's
we'll see you tomorrow.
let's go to bed.
What
Not
time is
together, but separately. All right.
It's almost midnight.
Oh my God, I'm old. All right, sleep tight, McLaren 650S. We'll see you in the morning.
The next day.
It is the next day, and we are still modifying the diffuser to get everything to fit. So Brian has epoxied the light in. We have got, the camera had to have a little bit of finessing. Now we're putting in some screws into the clips here in order to hold everything in, make it secure. You'll notice that in order to get the camera straight, we had to use a little bit of super glue.
It's not super glue.
It's not super glue?
No.
It's magic glue.
Magic glue.
So we're gonna get this all secured up. We've already tested the camera to make sure it is the right angle. A couple more changes and we're gonna get this diffuser on the back. Take a first look. So the question is, are those little cutouts that we made for those bolts gonna work? Are we gonna be able to lay this thing up flat?
We had great luck last night. Let's see if we can follow that momentum. And it's
You're
a new
hilarious.
day.
We have no momentum.
Some of us went home, some of us didn't go home. Did you go home?
I did. I went to bed in my nice bed.
I didn't. Nice day here with this car.
What's next?
All right, I'm gonna lay on my back. We're gonna put it up in there and button everything in. We got washers picked up.
You know what we
this
need to
morning.
do? The way we did it yesterday.
Start with the two top ones.
I go underneath, hold it up, while you can do the place it how you want it.
Yep.
And then we'll get it onto those brackets.
Yep, let's do it.
I'm going under the dark side.
Bingo. Here's the clip.
I heard the click.
Now, where do we want to run these wires to? Because we won't be able to get them.
You need to make sure that they are kind of up and out of the way. Away from any heat source.
I mean, there's heat sources under here?
A little bit. Not a lot, a little bit.
Yeah, so we're...
So now we're putting in the all the bolts
For
needed.
the final time with washers,
Yes.
and we're not pulling it off again while it's here.
It's not coming back off. All the cutouts that we made down here, all those fit just perfect, going around the bolts. So
Good job, Craig.
you did those.
Well, I know, but you were holding it, so...
Yeah, it was a team effort. We still got the zinc coated hardware, stainless steel. I'm gonna leave it. I like it.
I like it.
Adds a little bit of glam underneath. Now we gotta get those back bolts in. So we're putting in the final bolts. We're standing on it. Oh yeah, you do have some abs, dude. What the heck?
One bolt.
Now, nobody's gonna see that, right? No, I don't think so. They actually have caps for these, but I doubt they're gonna, not the aftermarket, but the OEM caps are gonna fit in this. Probably have to glue them in.
We don't use glue.
No, this is a video of truth, justice, in the Chinese way. That's good though, because look, I mean, that's in there perfectly. There's no gaps. The light's there, the mesh is there. This is almost too good to be true.
Like I told you, we kept our momentum from last night.
See, that's how you round a bolt. I was just demonstrating.
What not to do.
Yeah.
We're going hand tight, Craig. We're not.
I know. Believe me, I only strip bolts into the transmission. That's a true story.
It is.
And then I mistakenly stripped one of the bolts that goes to the transmission filter cover, and then I had to
fix it. Replace it.
Use a thread, or what do you call it, an all-out,
Yep.
and then replace it with the correct size. Why do they just keep on turning, man?
Don't go over tight. We want
Solid?
Yep.
All right. It's solid. So Brian is in here creating new wheel well holes to do the side connections from the diffuser to the clips, just to basically tie those wheel arch liners on the sides. And there's those 3 10mm bolts. We got the diffuser, we got the fins in, our gaps are correct, everything. I mean, for an aftermarket, diffuser of questionable quality, I feel good about it.
think it looks great. I think it looks good. What do you think?
I think it looks fantastic. I wouldn't change anything. I'm just hoping that the camera works.
Oh, the camera works. Don't worry about that.
I'm not worried, but it's in the back of my mind. It's kind of there. Does that camera work? We tested it.
Yeah.
But I'm very impressed that we don't have that gap. That remember we were looking at
we had that
yesterday.
gap with that rear view light, and it's not there.
As you guys can see, putting an aftermarket Chinese carbon fiber diffuser on a McLaren 650S or any other supercar is no walk in the park. It takes modification, customization. Stuff just doesn't fit quite right. So I cannot be more thankful to Brian Hutchinson from Vault Auto Services. He was an extremely big help. He helped get this thing on right. It looks great. I could not be happier. If you're thinking about doing this, I highly recommend it. But go into it with an open mind. You're going to have to modify something. It's not going to just bolt on. So get some professional body shop help. Have a friend like Brian. But it's definitely worth it. The end product is worth all the headache that it was to get it on to my McLaren 650S. I hope that you enjoy this McLaren content. If you do, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And like always, we'll see you later. Have a good one.